everybody, Mike Roen, Fix My Hog. We're going to give you a little brief overview here on the gear drive versus the OEM spring-loaded tensioners. So we're talking 99 to 2006 twin cam. Now really, you know, the twin cam motor, it's actually a pretty good motor, but the weak link is of course these tensioners, and you know, it's all over the internet. We've got a video on replacing the tensioners and going to Harley's hydraulic setup. You know, in '07 they all went to the hydraulic setup. It's a little better, lasts a lot longer. You know, it doesn't wear out. But thing with gear drive is it's pretty bulletproof. First thing you do when you take the cams out of the bike, you put an indicator on the crankshaft and you check the runout. Because if you have too excessive runout, you probably don't want to do gear drive. Then your next option would be going to the hydraulic conversion. So, but gear drive is the way to go if you can do it and afford it. And really, if you're going to do gear drive, you know, what we look at is the inner cam bearing. You know, it goes here on the inner cam bearing. It's in the case here. And we always update that to a Torrington cam bearing. If these are actually out of '07 later, you can see it's a lot larger. Kind of helps just for the video. This is the stock one. You can see it's got a cage in there. This Torrington bearing has no cage, so there's no real failure rate on these. These, we see them deteriorate around 50,000 miles. And when that deteriorates, it really in turns end up wrecking obviously the end of the camshaft. You can see the hard face is all gone here. And then what it does is it walks its way into the crankcase and destroys that. And then you're going to spend a whole lot of money. So what you want to do, 30,000 miles, Harley's saying do an inspection on your tensioners. And here we got a little comparison. Here's a tensioner that's not too worn. Here's one that's severely worn. Obviously you want to catch it before it comes to this because you don't want to run a ton of debris through your motor or your oil pump or your lower rods. So you can eliminate that setup. You can either go hydraulic or gear drive. You're going to update the inner cam bearings. You're going to take the oil pump out, replace that pickup O-ring and realign the oil pump. And more importantly, you're going to put 4 new lifters in your motorcycle. Because here's a term you're going to get used to seeing if you got a new Harley and you're looking in your manual. Let's say you take the lifters out of your bike, and you can get a close-up of this because you can see it. I don't know if you know what hard facing is, but it's a process of how they make the metal real hard. You can see right there that it appears the hard facing is coming off the lifter. Now what Harley calls that is frosting. And I'm telling you, if your lifters are frosting, that means the hard facing is coming off. So eventually it's going to deteriorate to where your lifter looks like this and the roller's shot. And now you've got debris being run through your motor. So really a nice little upgrade. It doesn't matter what year your Harley is. Put some good quality lifters in it. And I'll give you a little shot of the hard face coming off a stock cam. And that's bad as well. So the hard facing typically on an aftermarket gear drive cam is very durable. I mean, we've been putting them in for about 15 years, never had a failure problem. Anyway, get online, check it out. Nice little upgrade for your motor.